Good afternoon, Irish. Actually, waiting for 2 more minutes, then we will start. Yes, Irish, please start.
Sure.
Participants will join at the full time. Yes, please.
I'm just sharing this screen. So since the installation procedure was already used during the previous session, I sent the directly session over to the software, but as you have asked for the time to give a brief about the system that we are based on the presentation software, where we can do all sorts of listeners and all of the features of application that is possible in our modern image processing tool. So the software offers both platforms for expert view as well as the device application where people have the access and can use it taking over application. So whenever they open the software, they have to use the create tool. They have full tools set to directly develop different sets of applications. And in the engagement, we have particular and in the engagement, we have different sets of tools to further motivate the existing design that we are working on. And the next part is how to deal up with the data set in the data. There are different tools that might exist to work on the same particular file. Whenever we need to upload our random image file, what we just require is to use the click over this section and in this new section, we can select the path of our backend file. So for example, if I want to select an backend file specific to this folder, I'll just select the particular folder. Then we need to name a particular project folder for whatever work that we are doing. Since this particular folder, I just type this as AM1. Once I'm done with that, we have to run the import of the data and click on this create and it will start with my part in my views. So here again, the same that we got in whatever there's a slight change in the interface where we will get a particular 3D view directly. So this is the 3D view that we get. And once I put on my headset, so I'm connected to two different laptops. So I'm just switching it as well. Other you can see how so this is my VR headset. I should be focusing on the because but you can see how I use different sets of data. Whenever I load the data set, this is the standard view that we get, and here are the image methods, so we can also work on the 2D views. So we are supported with both sets of methods, FTP, DP, desktop options, we can keep this application and all the processes over here. But if we require to do the particular shape, this is in the 3D view, we can go over here and work accordingly. Now, moving on to the next part of how to basically put on the headset. This is my headset. I load it over here, and since it is connected to this particular link cable that you can see in my camera, so this is the link cable through which we connect the headset. Once it is connected, the device and the software will automatically detect that we are connected to this particular VR headset. Now, there are two also options that we can do since we have already opened software. So we need to connect the VR headset with the software. To do that, we just need to click on keyboard and start system. And now whatever I will see in a VR headset, you can see the same in the particular screen. To show that, I will click on this follow button again. Once we have clicked on this follow button, the first task that we need to do is first we need to do the recognition. So we will just click on this and set this thing. Now, what all processes are required? I'll just go for the clear exit and later on in the last I will also be talking about the textual version. First, we need to do is these are my controller. This is my right controller and this is my left controller, so which I will be operating in this person environment. These are the corresponding buttons which I can use. So I'll go on the settings to include the tooltips. So you can also understand in the screen corresponding to which calling button I can operate or which procedure I can operate. So the first one that I require is to go over here and click the use stylus. Once we have clicked on this use stylus, what I need to do is I need to click on this two servers. Once we have selected this, we can go over here and we can mark the position just in front of our view, whichever view that we are seeing, we can mark it accordingly. So for example, if I want to mark somewhere around here to operate properly, we can do that. Now there are various options that we can do. Whenever we will click on this, let me just give you an so over here you can see what are the functionalities corresponding to different buttons that are present in the controller. So through this particular trigger button, we can just drag the object, we can move it along any direction. Then we have a controller option, that is the navigation button. So which we can use different sensor procedures. So if I need to increase the size, I can just click over here and I can just increase the size of whatever is now working in the data category. We can also move it over here. This is just a ghost view, it is not even, it is one type of volume rendering that we obtain. Then to locate the data set, again in the navigation you will go with the integrated along the axis. If you need to do the screen, that can also be done along certain axis. Then if you need to locate along the center axis, that can be done. And the last that we can option is the volume rendering, which is also setting. And we are allowed to move the particular object in all axes within the table. So we have full control whenever we are working with the data set. There is no jitter or there is no lag while we are operating the system. Once that is done, we move on to the next task to basically start doing the segmentation, start doing the model. So the segmentation when we are working in a 3D image software takes a lot of time to process. We can also not navigate within the data set. We can't compute everything in the slide and operation bus. So what we can do over here is we can increase the size of the object. So if the data set size is quite small, I can easily navigate through. I can see the proper volume rendering of the same. Then apart from this volume rendering, whenever I will click on this particular menu option in my left controller, I'll get a following settings option. So I'll just need to navigate to this images section, and here we have various volume rendering options that we can further work on. For example, if I need to change the volume rendering from the standard full model presets to just a move that just click over here. I'll select the city move and the whole volume rendering can be opted. Similarly, if I need to opt for soft tissue, that can be selected on the lighting opting out for soft tissue. So we can select this particular volume rendering from the menu options that we get. But I generally prefer the ghost mode because there is very little lag in the ghost mode. And this will click over here and we can obtain a proper setting. We can also change the color, we can also move the direction so that we can easily navigate between the data set to do the particular segmentation. Let us increase the size of this. So this is the working area that we would be operating on. Now, the next task. involved to do the segmentation. So to carry out the segmentation now, I right prominent hand in this one. I'll just operate over here in this particular stylus modes option. In the right controller, we will be just selecting out, and then we will start developing our model. So before that, we need to again go into that controller. Here we need to click on this models option. Once we have selected this model, there is an add sign at the top. So we just need to click over here. Now, in a particular model, I can have multiple structures. So this being a CML data set, so I can see I have that's creating a distribution data set. Once we have written this CR data set, I just need to add. Then I can set in the level of details that I require. Generally, a high level model is okay for the use case, and we can easily visualize the following data set. I just set this. This is fine at my height level. So once I do this, I also need to click on this edit model imagery. Now coming back to this part, like software function that I can easily highlight the different information that are present within the data. Now comes the most easy part into segmentation analysis. So over here, we need to click on the stylus mode operation. Yeah. So again here in the stylus mode button we need to click, we need to just select on the add, and then we will get a value in my screen that is corresponds to create threshold, and we have an option of use threshold and display threshold. Display threshold basically tells the value that we select from this particular slider, what the value that is required. So we need to navigate and segment out a period. I can just select out the value, then I can increase and decrease size of the brush. So we can do the direct sculpting into 3D. Once we have increased or decreased the size of the particular brush, we can start navigating. And you can see within no time the model gets generated. So it hardly takes around 1 minute for whole model to generate it. And the precision that we get of this model is quite high. We can further increase the size since we are selecting a properties value. And later on, you can also use a noise removal filter to filter out the noises that are present. So we over the animation we have an option of reduce filter. So whenever there are any small elements that are present, it can be easily removed out. Now we can map out the meaning using the data set. And within no time we have got a quite good segmentation of our data set. This being the CML data set, that's quite complex to quite complex to be worked on while we are using the general techniques. Here we are also presenting the work on also within the data set. So what we can do, I can change the node directly from this to the differential. First operation that I selected was an add operation in the modeling. Now I will be selecting a suspect operation. Once I selected the subject, I can easily remove the disqualification that is not required for my workflow. This can be selected. Once all the noises are removed, you can easily work on the data set quite efficiently. And just remove the feature, the subtract, working on this data. And here we can select and highlight over here. Now certain parts for this. So what I can do is I can again go over here. I can select a row operation. I can scroll this to review the parts that I require. Even if we need the precision up to millimeters or the smallest of the views, we can the particular precision to be done in any data set that we are working. Here we can also increase or decrease the particular base process. For example, you can increase the base process. You can see how efficiently it's collecting the particular area directly in the 3D view. So this is a particular 3D operation for CMS data set. We also have other projects that are recently worked on, which is very useful when we are also doing any soft tissue data set. Because soft tissues are generally soft tissue. Here we are seeing the particular fractured mandible data set. Now we might also require to design a particular character development for it. So how that can be done is we just need to again click in this menu option in the left controller. Here we have an option of design. What this particular design tool does is it gives us a freehand operation. So what we need to do is if you want design, and then we can just go over here, clicking on edit. Here you can see in my view, in my real activity, you will be seeing an option of create view. I'll be just pressing that create view, and here we are given with multiple options. So we have a rectangular prism, cylinder, curve, cube, loop, circle that we can directly model out for. Taking this particular data aside now to how to operate on this design tool, it's quite simple. So even if we are developing any new CAD design that can also be directly developed, even if we are not using it in Python data. So what I have done is I have kept this Python data set just behind my operating system. So if I go over down, you can see the data set is just right there. And whenever I need to pull, I can also keep it anywhere. We have a few areas which is also not, we are not limited with the wireless surface data that we have. Now, coming on again to the design part, here we are given with multiple options. Either I can select a rectangle surface, I can just select a point, and then I can design the particular structure. I can modify it along any side, then the particular same operations can be done. You can do the resizing, you can reduce the size, you can move the particular surface once it is created. We can also set out the particular values manually. So if we need to have a 100 millimeters for 100 millimeters, we set the values for so even if we need to do the keyboard, it can be once it is done, I just need to click on the convert to structure and it will create out me on particular structure. Now, this is just a general primitive state that we can work on. For example, if we are not requiring a rectangular prism, we are requiring a symmetrical shape. We can also develop that. We can set out the particular size. So to develop any surface, we need to use this type of approach. We can select out the control points to which we can increase or decrease the particular area. This being the most notable, and you might be thinking that why I'm saying this. Because now, since this was the particular surface that we were having, now let me take a completely new surface. I'll just remove this particular part out and just delete this particular part out. I'll use it on create. Now taking a rough surface, I can set out the initial thickness, final thickness to whatever part I require. Now, whenever I am creating surface, this is my trigger button that I am using to create out of surface initial point. For example, I am creating a surface. Now, what I can do is I can set my control points accordingly. So, whenever I am setting such shape, so I can draw any sort of shape directly. So, any sort of complex designing is very easy over here. You can have our own sets of designs to be generated within fraction of time. So, and these are high quality SQL files that can be directly used either for the printing or even if we require after that to edit a particular part. So this is quite complex to design any of the and solution software. So this way you can I just control points how many control points that we require and whichever shape is required. So you can also remove any point that isn't required. You can just click over the particular point. If you want to point, you can edit out the particular shape that we are having. So going over here, you can so this way, if any particular structure is required, you can just click over the particular point and you can remove out the following parts that are required. Now, showing another such example. So, for example, if I want to develop a cube, I can just set the initial event, then I can move it in any direction to just modify it according to my specific requirement. So, whenever we are working with complex income design such as stent design, that can be done very easy in the efficient way. I'll just be removing this cube and we are handling right now. I deleted this particular part. So this means we can design any sort of surface that we require for we can have our particular structure creation directly. Now bringing back over here and showing how we can basically build connectors between these points. So what we can do is we can click on small tubular structure and then we can just select out the points that we require. For example, this is an point. We can just click the converter surface. This is one more point that we can create. So we can have multiple characters to create it. We can also have one characters to create it. And whenever we are clicking on surface, now we can also rotate it along one direction. We can isolate it. We can also split the particular part. So for splitting the particular region that I am working on into two consecutive halves, what we can do is we can just move on to this. We need to select the particular menu option in the left controller and selecting this particular menu in my left control, I need to select out this page. We also have an option of creating out here. So corresponding to any page, we can cut out the circle, we can click the circle, and it further offers multiple ways to do it. So for example, if I need to have NPR reconstruction, that is 20 reconstruction, and corresponding to a specific point, that we can be done. We can do the particular read correction, and the surface can be get out automatically. Now, for example, if I need to just cut the particular surface half into distinguished part, what I'll do is I'll select out the plane corresponding to the side and do the splitting operation. Now there is an option of operations. Whenever we go over this operation option, we have a click rate operations over there. But currently this tab is not enabled. To enable this tab, we need to go in the play section. We need to first apply. So we can also check over here how the particular surface will look after we will be applying the plane. So we can select out the asset points. We can also reduce from the size of the plane that we require. For example, if we need to focus on this particular part, you can directly select it over here. Once that is selected, going to operations, we have three modes of operations. Either I can cut this part, I can do the splitting into two different parts, or we can also mirror out the particular existing part over here. So there are multiple options that we can work. For example, if I operate a split operation, clicking on apply. So now what it has done is corresponding to this specific thing. When we will go over this model section, we will have different settings. Let me now, if I will use this particular bar, I can just highlight the visual spectrum generated. So, for example, now this is the page. So you can see how efficiently it has basically this integrated to different products. You can also click on movement and then you can move one part apart from the other one. You can just grab and finger. You can select a particular part. You can select out the inner part and then you can move along any surface. You can move over here, you can move and then you can just split apart this point. So to do that, I go over here, I can move this particular anywhere. Taking all the proximity, we can also do the proximity structure. And once proximity structure is created, we can navigate the path to any point that we require. If this any control with system but we can only correct it at any point. These are some of the basic operations that we have. Now coming on to this particular other operations tab, let me first come back to the model, original model that we have created. This one was the original model that we were working on. So this is the original model that we were working on, and it has highlighted the particular thing that we so this is the original model that we were working on. First we had done the segmentation, and later on we had done the making code. Over the right hand, we also have various other options. So whenever we will click over this stylus pose operation, we can go to the measurement, and here in the measurement we can do from here from left side to here, and we can also have multiple measurements to do and these measurements are mostly precise because we are taking except points corresponding to which we are required to do the apart from this, if we need to generate a structure detail, so that can be generated and that we will highlight, it will tell us the whole volume of the whole structure that is necessary. So like this, we can easily highlight the volume of any structure or any part that we are working. So even if we are working on multi-stage model, we are selecting on the few parts in a single structure. We can have it in container and later on the particular volume of this we can use it. If we need to set an advertisement, we can just speed up, we can stop the recording, and delete also. And whatever task that we are doing, we can easily record that out. We can do the particular screenshot for it, or also the video parameters here. Now, taking some other example apart from the scene, city or in the segmentation. So I do have one such project where there was a implant, so that was a sign fixation project. Whenever we need to open any project file, we can directly go navigating through this particular menu option. We can go on the project and whatever projects that we are working on are all saved there. So this is the current project that we have opened. This was the preliminary just right now. So this one is the original data that we are having and we on to show how we have easily navigated with different implant solution with the newspaper that we are working. So this is used for the post of planning where we have the quality. So it's a quite huge data set which covers everything from the specification to all the way to the prices. So right now we want to be able to see the data set here. Let me go to now we can be able to see the data set directly in the window. Coming on to the segmentation part, we include this model operation in within the same. Now we need to highlight different fields. So to do that, I'll click on that. Generally, restrict between for bones lies between 180 to around 2660, and for implant it lies to around 3079. For some specific bone cases, since this is a city color, it will have a particular bone structure in 2700, and after 2700 it will carry out the implantation. That when we are working, we can operate on the CP data set and CP data set and check for the same. So whenever we are doing printing, currently you see since I have marked a specific result corresponding to a single slide, so it got printed. But when I am doing the marking over here, I can do it with the printing directly using it. So to have a more defined one, I just click on it. I will increase my brush size. Once the brush size is increased, I will press clear mode of it. Once it is done, how quickly you can see and this was completely the fact that when I used the software implementation, it took a good amount of time to just do the segmentation of the coordinator. This is the this is the practice event that we can highlighted out. And over here, when we will be able to see the plant fixation. Now, when I will highlight the specific event, we will have much more particularity. Right now, I'm just pressing my style here, but as you can see, there is a sort of fixation that is present in the whole spine facet. Now, how to highlight that particular now? I'll just go over here, I'll click on again, adding a button, I'll click on create. So you can see there are positions that have still to be marked. So we just need to click on that, and now we can start from 2660 to all the way to 307. Was 2660. So we can go here, we can set out the value from here, 2664 into the value that we can start. Once it is done, again click on here, and once that is done, we will start in the particular value. And click on that, that can be set. How the particular position is being done, and we have easily segmented out a particular implant region from the bone orthopedic pieces that we have had, and it is hardly having to be segmented. So when we need to see both the both part and the spine partner, we also need to further refine so some of the both parts are probably since the particular transition of the inside the brain. So if you see the particular part I can go over here, click on show option and activate this particular part. Once this part has been activated, you can go mark in the opposite. Reduce some of the cells so that you can analyze and will easily highlight them. So the segmentation becomes quite easy and you can directly find that fixation from the particular to the particular. We can get the exact marking, we can get the exact dimension of the shape, which has to be confirmed. And once this is done, our next task involves to do the creativity. So this is the correct example for orthopedics. I do have similar project for cardiovascular repair. So let me open that too. So I'm just looking at the cardiovascular repair. Before that, can you please introduce me that you understand about the start with this. I'll
Ayush, right now
also
your volume is slightly low.
know this.
Yeah, better.
So over here, I have multiple data set here.
So, what is the ultimate objective of this VR platform, and what are the solutions which you are actually covering in this method?
Okay. So when whatever image processing part if we have done similar with the previous session, so the same part can be done using this VR in a couple of minutes. So from an engineer's point of view, from an engineer's perspective, it's quite difficult to do the segmentation and have a detailed understanding of them from as our most task is not revolves around the CAD design or if they are working on a biomedical application. We might just require the surface structure of the same and once the surface structure is produced, we can go and carry out the analysis in any of the analytical software like Computers. So to reduce of the particular segmentation time, it can be done using this beyond-based platform. Also, we are working to somehow to integrate some of the simulation practices. So, for example, if we need to check out the flow analysis directly, so we don't even require the use case of simulation software to connect to the direction directly generated in a beyond-based software. We can have a proper visualization of the same. It requires a high computation power, but we can
Right now, are you having simulation module attached to this, or you will be doing it in near future?
So this is a research-based version that I'm currently using for, but
Okay.
we will be doing that in future. We will be integrating the same module in Precision Systems Research Further. That's still in the beta phase that I'm testing for, and the results that I got are quite good. We are in the development phase for that.
Okay, thank you.
So coming on to this part again, now whatever part that you have certification, the reality, we can do it and carry out the same in the in. So what we will do is we will again open the new method. Let us create a file. So even if you are in VR, you can also perform the same in the desktop based application. So over here, when we do it, we need to go in the view panel. Here, since we are not using a VR, so we need to use mouse editing. The options are still the same. We select out the actual face and then press particular value selected. we percentage it on a group level from here. So whatever operations that will perform in the yearly will be the same directly in the rest of it. For example, this printing operation that we have performed. So you can see you can change this over here. Now I need to print it manually all that. That and still work will get done in lesser time as compared to the conventional printing processing. So you can see over here how easily we have mastered the procedures that are being performed. So we mastered the countries. And we can go to this few sections to see how section is not happy on that particular section. So that can be very efficiently by using this. Also, what are the operations that we are performing that we are using the same operation. This way can carry out the same. Once our part is done, the module is completed. The next part involves the exporting of the following structure. To do the export, we need to click over here and export structure. We can select out the file type in STL, video, or even the segmented pattern file that we are working on. This is sorry. So here, whatever functions that we are performing, once that is done, we can export all of the two pieces. If we are having a dynamic data set, so the file has multiple pieces that I showed yesterday and for the study session, how we can be on the dynamic pieces. We can do the same. We can click over here, something like the moment, and system or system. We can click on the export tab. Once this export is selected, let me and it basically creates the SPL file for the same. Later on, the SPL file can be used for the critical to the analysis that can be done, that can be treated out in distribution chapter. You can go over here, you can check that. Like you can use video, share, file, with the file name, you can again see that structure. Since the particular instance was not used in the 2D editing, so it has nothing, but that can also be added quickly. This is what we must perform. And this way, can be executed for the so this is the overview about the basic properties. Now, let me show you one example for to open that and go over here. Here we have multiple targets with pixels that we work on. And if we have a industry that we basically that had lot of process presentation and the process we need to remove in the part so you can see this is how the data was stored that we collect on after this. This is connected. we have software features that are very popular. If there are any issues, we will just have to implement and implement it, and it will be more performance. I will submit it. So now I can see so this side of it, and this is the data set set has lot of messages which for the data set and ultimately the message to complex. So these are what we do with the unit space. Here we have multiple secondary images. So whenever we are comparing CP data set, if it is a series of CP data sets, so we will be having some primary data set, some secondary data set, we can also consider the primary. And here we have an option of fusion. So even if we are having multiple images, probably we have to store this in data set. So for example, if we are having MRI, if we are having say we need to plan for options. You can do it over here. You can easily navigate between the data set to the particular fusion of so once it is done, our next one involves to so this was quite complex when we had seen the model and we just quite tedious to work on it. So what we have done is we have used some of the most type of implementation and we have taken from some hundred users we have just used them of this apply to the actual structure and then another will be automated. So we require very minimal solver for the and any sort of functionality can be worked. We have explored the possibilities of the software in years back, but as for the most of cases that we have used in the software, we can result able to relate to different sets of devices. So, how to use medical and the only software from different we have to also can be used in the material engineering sector. So, I just like that for that. And now to do the specification, just like extra parts of agriculture store and with multiple amount of predictive that are received in the market. To do an extent the information we have a sprint plan in the planning phase where for example for this particular something individual so we can just go over the actual dimensions and scenarios that we are having for big design. We get either we can disable the particular spend and we can not critical and then we take over the technical most of you will set we will start using it we will do it first for measurement and then for measurement computer we will be contact so this way work on or target skills and later on uh, we also have multi-structure also. So for example, if you are having multiple parts of the structure that you like different sets of population cases or usually intersection or subtraction. So that can use the structure for the structure and then you can basically select a concentrate once the different features for a single structure we need to do including we are requiring to do the critical so what can be done is we will create a how or shell name as this shell name is not so what it will do is it will make out the shell for the whole bar and then you can take data how this shell is and this and then about the specific thing. And the customer applications and you can see how efficiently it has developed the sector. So even if you are just small feature that can still like all the things in the shop, the art and the very maybe very activity. If you have people information spend but you can conduct so practical and you can stick over there, you can select out the color bar in the options and then you can do the convenience plan on the graphic. So this being a simple overview of the software. Anyone with any questions on your architecture? I'm just going to
Yes, sir. I have a one question.
yes,
Sir, this Ulysses is a software, na?
yes.
So, what are the main segments tools are provided in Ulysses? Like how we can be export this 3D images after the segmentation in Ulysses software?
Okay. So for example, sir, this is one such data set that we have worked on. We had done the segmentation and all of the process got completed. Now the next task was to do the exporting. So we have this export structure option where we can select out the particular file, for example, as we have done this selected, and then how much detailed model that you want. So if we can select one of the model are very detailed with a high number of triangles model can be selected. Here, we also have following settings of
Sir,
process
in which format?
SQL. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, okay,
SQL
sir.
and OBJ both are supported.
Okay, sir. Okay.
We also have some advanced options so that we are doing the exporting. We can basically select out our particular image file type, and then if we need to increase the number of triangles, that can also be done. So then the settings can be there. We select out particular operations and then we can set out the number of triangles. We require a very high data model for a specific part.
Sir, actually, I have one question also related to the application
Yes.
that this elusive software can integrate the AI or ML for the segmentation, automatic segmentation. Can be
Yeah,
used?
yeah, we do have also segmentation code there. It's in the development phases, but I have used the code user. It's in the total segmenter. And in the total segmenter, what we have is we can integrate our AI is responsible for the segmentation. But
Okay.
it's much more easy to directly do the segmentation in India than to use the auto segmentation because the auto segmentation generally takes time and it requires a lot of reference data set and a large variety of trading data set for which it can be performed. But if we are developing our own set of algorithm, we need to check its accuracy so that can be done.
So after the integration of the AI MLs, that how what is the scope of it actually?
So it has basically the use of processes like computer terms, but we will also working in the background to take you to the research part. Where, for example, if we are doing a target to analysis, it's not difficult. We need to rely on ingredients to do coding to analysis. This is not at all difficult. So if we have some options where we can do directly coding to MRI analysis, so we are working on it and we can speak further with them. But we are yet to publish some results on it, so that's why I want to show for the future.
Okay, so whenever we are exported some images of 3D, so we have some challenges or we have some limitations of it, na?
Yes, we do have information. Have
Okay,
use
okay.
whenever we are doing the export, sometimes it may miss the small features that we have missed due to our manual error or due to the software error or any other technical error. Sometimes the front-end also gets missed. There are challenges, but we need to work on a large number of sample data set to check whether the particular issue was arising due to a manual error or due to a software error. So we need to work on a large number of cases to determine.
So, sir, actually, whenever we have exported some data sets, so we can be validate the accuracy of this data sets also, na?
Yeah, we can definitely manipulate the accuracy. We can even
But
work with the original data and we can check on the accuracy.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, any more questions?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Hello,
Yes.
sir. Myself Ajay. I am working in antenna field.
In
Sir,
NDA field.
actually, yeah, sir. I am working on hyperthermia cancer treatment, and I used CST software.
Okay.
I have one query about that. I am in my design. I don't measure the real-time temperature
Okay.
in CST2, like how antenna radiate energy towards tumor cells. Is, is there any way to import that file in ANSYS software and monitor that temperature?
Sir, in NCC define the temperature manually. So just remember that you can the temperature from it. CSP I think so has this particular feature. I had used CSP quite a while from last work I know.
Uh,
So I think it has some feature that
Hello,
in
Ayush.
this
Uh,
temperature feature.
Ayush, the problem was actually he is my student. So the problem what we are facing right now, that microwave energy is depends the temperature depends on the polarization of the water molecule, na?
Yes.
So the the heating mechanism of the microwave is different, and it is just like it is just similar to the microwave oven, how the water is boiling in the microwave oven. So we are facing the problem to to catch the temperature, the real time temperature of the tissue. So is there any solution for this problem in your software or in uh, and in any resource or any source?
Sir, I have done work with NCC. I have connections with them. I check whether they have some solution for NCC now for the solution. I'll just
Yes.
discuss with the team. And if there could be a possibility, I'll definitely get back to you.
Okay. Okay. So please. Okay. We will let you know, or
Okay.
you can share the contact with us.
Yeah, I'm just listening.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
So Ayush, is your demonstration over?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall we move for the feedback session?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, so we are waiting for feedback or any other question or query you have regarding your research or your project work. Please feel free to ask any question to Ayush.
Also, if anyone wants to
Yes, sir.
use,
I have one question related to my research. I am working in microwave component, that is a reconfigurable intelligent surface. So I have one question, that this RIS technology we have to integrate in the future VR based medical imaging systems
okay.
like Elysis, to how to enhance this data transmission, and we can be easily reduce the latency of data.
So that is one of the application area that I already discussed how to use integrate various analytical platforms over. So we are working on that. We haven't yet figured out a specific way in which we can basically input the data set directly. So as of now, I don't have the solution for that. But we will definitely test. If you can, if possible, you can just share your contribution. So we can also basically work on any possibility doing collaboration for such things.
Sir,
Yeah.
can by RIS can improve the bandwidth and reliability of high resolution data by using these 3D images over the
So
wireless system.
we can plan on it. I don't know exact any paper that any paper or any research that is to such technology directly.
Actually,
So
I've seen one paper also in this, how
so
we can be easily improve the bandwidth and the reliability of the data transmissions by using these 3D images.
okay. So if possible, can you share the link of the paper so I can just draft it and see if my
Okay, you
necessity.
can send me the email ID. I can be send you by email.
I have pinned that in
Harish,
the chat box. You can just
yeah.
check.
Uh, so in the chat box, you can find his email ID as well as contact number also. You can also drop a message on WhatsApp.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you
Because
so
apart
much.
from this, we also have other software solutions which might have on the
Okay,
particular application that
Yes, yes. Most
requires
importantly, it is not about only this software. And the latest news is that they have acquired Answers also.
okay, ma'am. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So they may provide the solution from some other platforms also.
some these we can integrate to work
Yeah,
in different software to
we
provide a
can.
specific
You
workflow.
can always. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
And open for the feedback if anybody wants to share something.
Yes, sir. I would like to sincerely thankful for this conducting or well structured or insightful workshop and this session also. And the content was highly relevant, and the delivery was both clear and engaging. So it was valuable learning experience, and we can say that it is a truly appreciate the efforts and expertise that went into the organizing it. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much for this.
Thank you, Harish. And anything you want to add for actually the improvement side? What can be done? One thing I know is that these kind of workshops are better if we conduct it in offline mode. It gives more exposure.
Yes,
That I
Rather,
ma'am. By
completely agree with.
yeah,
using the software, by demonstration station of the software, that will be more reliable for.
yeah, yeah. I totally agree.
Yes, ma'am.
I totally agree because we can have the when we are doing it in offline also, it's much more interactive. Users can also use the software. They have a better clarity of the same. I completely agree.
Dr. Jameel has dropped some message here. You can always use your mic, sir. Please convey your message.
Hello,
Yes, sir, you
am I
are
audible?
audible. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for organizing such a well-structured workshop with practical approach.
Thank
But
you,
it
sir.
could be more better if we have some more practical sessions. Uh, although it is good, but still we have to discuss more of case studies. One more thing I want that we tried to have the registration for the software, but we couldn't. Definitely Ayush will help us
Yes.
in this, but if that registration was in time, then meanwhile we had some practice, and then also we can have more discussion.
Yes, sir. For that purpose, I'm asking Ayush to share the video lectures with you. And so, as and when your registration is done, you can always use those video lectures for the practice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
No,
if
no,
you are still facing any problem, you can always contact us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Okay,
has
Actually,
thank
shared
you.
sir,
it.
it generally takes 2 weeks
Thank
for
you.
the license to proceed, and I have just raised the request for a second, but it didn't get done on time. So I think probably next week we will get the license. It's
Yeah,
already in the process.
yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
And sir, next time we will try to conduct this workshop offline.
Sure, sir, definitely.
So that
I also prefer offline
both
also.
the practice session and hands-on trainings will be more rigorous and helpful to you.
Sir, for electronics department.
Yes, yes,
That that will be great if this
Yeah.
workshop will be in person is organized.
yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
And one more news to share that Ayush is going to join AIMS New Delhi soon. So we will be having more collaboration, especially with medical doctors and researchers there at AIMS. So it would be more helpful for us as a researcher. He's going to join AIMS soon.
Congratulations, sir.
Congratulations, Ayush.
Thank you.
Yeah, we will definitely collab
Sure,
with you.
I like to follow. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Any other feedback? I'm also going to share a feedback form with everyone. Please fill it up for us because your certification is also dependent on those feedback forms. And for the thank you, as we draw this engaging workshop to a close, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Ayush and Pratik from Integrated Microsystems for their exceptional support and active involvement throughout this event, especially. And special mention must be of this immersive 3D live VR session, which was truly commendable and one of its kind, and it also offered a unique hands-on experience that captivated our participants. So thank you for that, Ayush. And your dedication, technical guidance, consistent collaboration have been a key role for this workshop. And we are truly grateful for your time, support, and commitment. And on behalf of the entire organizing team and from NIT Jalandhar, on behalf of all the participants also, thank you once again. And we look forward to continued collaboration in the future.
Thank you
G
so much,
Mahesh,
Mr.
Mahesh sir wants to say something, and we are waiting for him.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Dr. Pernika. So somehow we all together have come to at the stage of ending this. But though we are calling it a valedictory, but it's actually starting all the learnings that we have gone through last 5 days. And I'm
Yes, sir.
hopeful that we as well as all the participants will be able to utilize some information and knowledge that we have gained. One information I want to pass to all the participants present over here that. Sports and Healthcare Research Center of NIT Jalandhar is going to organize one workshop. So that will be very much including this topic also as well as some other topics also. So in that regard, when we are filling your feedback form, no, we would like to hear some key areas that can be included in that workshop. And that workshop will be in physical mode only. And you all will be intimated about that very soon. So that was all from my side. Over to you, Dr. Pranita.
Okay, sir. Thank you for sharing the information. Any other thing? So Ayush, I request you to please share the video lectures once they are completed on your end.
Sure. I'll
Please
share
share.
it by Monday.
Yes, yes. Please share the video lectures with all the participants, or you can share it with me. I'll share it with them. And all the participants, I would request everyone to please fill the feedback form. So it would be helpful for us, especially the improvement part. What else you want to include in the in the future workshops, in the future collaboration. So thank you once again, especially to all the participants and Ayush and Pratik for their time and support and the guidance. Thank you once again,
Thank you so much.
and we look forward for the collaboration, of course.
Thanks
Thank you,
everyone
my
for
dear
the
sir.
thank you
Thank
for
you.
Thank you, Ayush.
Thank you, Sharad. Thank you.
thank you
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
And we are looking forward to meet you once again.